Hi everyone, my name is Jade, and we're going to pick up right where we left off in the last episode. So, this is A Mortician's Tale, episode 2, and we just got done with our first 2 funeral services. And now it's time to read the email. Okay, nothing has changed. LGBTQ funerals. Okay, that's interesting. Oh, okay. If you've been a long time subscriber to our emails or follow us on social media, you've no doubt heard about misgendering that trans people are at times subjected to during their funerals. There have been notable situations where trans women have had their wishes overruled by their families and have had their hair cut and are buried under wrong names or subjected to the wrong pronouns in their obituary announcements. We care a lot about this because we believe in treating every person with the same level of compassion, respect, and care, and this absolutely extends to pronouns and respecting the deceased wishes as per their lived experiences. Wow, I guess I never thought about that, but I guess it probably does happen. The CDC's Funeral Director Handbook on Death Registration and Fetal Death Reporting offers the fraught directive: enter male or female based on observation. Do not abbreviate or use other symbols. If sex cannot be determined after verification with medical records, inspection of the body, or other services, enter unknown. Do not leave this item blank. Leaving it up to observation obviously enters in the world of issues since bodies can be so different because of ingrained bias. People can draw incorrect assumptions based on their own inaccurate observations. California has passed what is known as the Respect After Death Act, which states that the death certificate must reflect the deceased's gender identity as they lived it. So, a step in the right direction. If that's true, that's actually really cool. I didn't, know about that. People who are trans deserve the same respect in death that people who are cisgender receive. Misgendering in death takes away the respect. It can also inflict hurt and trauma on spouses and friends that survive the deceased. So what can we do as funeral directors? Listen to people who have come into our office. In America especially, some marriages may not be recognized as legal depending on the laws around same-sex marriage. But this doesn't mean you're not dealing with two people who have loved each other in the same way as another couple. Listen, learn, and always be respectful. While you have to work with the next of kin, your duty is also to ensure the deceased receives the utmost respect in their burial. If funeral is to honor the deceased, then do that. Honor them. Okay. This is embarrassing, but it seems I miscalculated some of our income this week, and I don't have enough to pay you this week. Would it be terribly inconvenient if I cut you a check for next week instead? If you need the money urgently, please let me know. I feel terrible about this whole thing, and I can cut you a check from my personal account if need be. I'm so sorry about this. I'm sure it won't happen again. Paycheck coming late. I don't like the look of this, not one bit. And you've only been with us for a few months, and maybe you're aware of the trouble Amy has been having. Small mom and pop shop like Rose and Daughters can't compete with the bigger guys. Anyways, don't tell Amy I sent this to you. Also, I'm starving, so I'm gonna grab some fast food before taking the hearse through the car wash. 2 birds, 1 stone. I'm swinging back to the home. Do you want anything? A beef and cheddar? I'm going to take the hearse through the drive-thru, of course. It freaks people out. I love it. They get so awkward. Let me know. I'm heading out in 15 minutes. I wish I could reply to this and be like, hell yeah, give me cheese and beef and cheddar. Okay. Wow. She always sends long emails. Charlie, I was doing some reading. I know you hate when I try to give you dating advice, but hear me out. There's this dating site that's specifically for people who work in the death industry. Okay, so maybe I'm a little worried for you. God, I mumbled that real well. You haven't mentioned anybody new since the breakup of 2014 that we will never speak of again after this moment. Yikes. But you always say how tired you get of people being scared to ask about your day, so maybe meeting somebody in the industry isn't the worst idea. Just promise me you'll consider it, okay? It's hard for me to make sure you're getting enough sunlight when I'm all the way across the ocean. I know you look like a babe with pale skin and witchy gothy aesthetics are super hot right now, but vitamin D is still a good thing. All of that is true. Mom ran over. I'm going to try it out because it turns out people get super scared off when you tell them you work in a museum filled with dead bodies. Do you know how not interesting other people find teratomas? Charlie, I don't know I don't know we were this weird to outside people. I've been spoiled by having a best friend who is as much of a weirdo as I am. Miss you. Let's grab a bottle of wine for our next Skype date. P.S. If you sign up for Dead Meat, isn't the best name for a death industry dating website. No, it's not. Tinder rules apply. You have to like me if you come across my profile or whatever. I'm not sure how it works yet though. Oh, okay. Thank you for the wonderful evening you and your staff put on together for my father's funeral. He wasn't an easy man to get along with, but I am glad to have seen him off in such a way. Thank you, Lizzie. Okay, today's funeral is for a woman who just died of breast cancer. Nothing fancy, just a standard cremation. Please don't hesitate to ask me if any questions. Okay, I'm on it. Okay. Before we cremate Mrs. Hall, we need to prepare her body. Miss Hall brought clothing and jewelry for her to wear. It's important to remove these before the cremation process as to not damage them. Scalpel. Move the necklace. Oh, sorry. Click and drag it. Click and drag the round identification tag and place it in the coffin. Wait, what about the... Okay. Is the cremulator. Contrary to popular belief, cremation doesn't turn bodies into ash as much as bone fragments. Using the cremulator will break these bone fragments down to ash-like remains. Turn on the urn. Oh, click on the urn and drag it to under the nozzle. Okay. Bone fragments. Ooh. Yeah, I'm sure it doesn't sound this nice when you're actually doing this in real life. It's probably loud. Now that all the bones have been processed, click and drag the urn back onto the counter. Put Mrs. Hall necklace back into the urn. Drag it into the urn. Drag it to the urn. Okay. Don't forget the tag. And then... Well done, Amy will take the urn to the funeral parlor and present it alongside some flowers. Okay, here we go. This is nice in a weird way. She'd like that we're all here talking. She always tried to keep the family together. The food is delicious. I know that's weird, but these crab cakes are perfect. Glad she was cremated and not in an open casket or something. Seeing her like that, I don't know if I could have. At least we all got to say goodbye. She would have liked that. She would have hated this music. She never wanted her funeral to be sad. She would have wanted us smiling. She said so. Sorry, I can't change the music. I don't even see a stereo. She fought really hard. She was proud of herself. She never gave up, not once. Pay your respects. Whew. Funerals, man. They're always heavy, even fake ones. February 14th. Here we go. Another fucking email. What is this? Tale from the Crypts? Left click dig. Oh, it's mine. Flag. 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 Flag it. Flag it. Do I guess just flag all these ghosts. Dig. Is this a game of mine? What is this? Oh no, that's not. Okay. Whatever. I got like 2 off. I don't care. Oh. Oh, okay. What? Okay. Up. Oh? Oh? Oh. What? 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 Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna figure this out right now. Okay. Oh! Oh, shit. Okay. Hi all, with a very heavy heart I have to write to let you know that Rose and Daughters will no longer be in business. I have no idea how to start this email. And resources I Googled told me that would be the best and easiest way to break the ice. Be direct but remorseful, Google said. The truth is, I don't really know what to say. My father passed away, and I've done my best to make Rose and Daughters warm and friendly to anyone who chose to use our services. It was my memorial to him, the original Rose, in a lot of ways. And you've all become like family, including you, Charlie, our most recent addition. But it's getting harder to make ends meet. Rent is going up in the neighborhood, and I'm finding less and less like I have the energy for this business. There's a lot of competition from other funeral homes, larger corporations than we are that can take on more business and offer more impressive services. You know the way it goes. So we've been bought or sold. Either way, soon Hillside Heritage Enterprises Incorporated, a company that owns many funeral homes in the city across the country, will replace Rose and Daughters starting from the beginning of next month. Same building, same name. They're keeping the name Rose and Daughters Funeral Home for tax purposes. Though honestly, this is heavy. Though honestly, I'm trying hard not to see it as a move on their part to keep up the image that it's a family-run business. I don't know how I feel about that. But I also don't know if there's anything I can do at this point either. I've signed the papers. At least my father's legacy is still intact somewhat. They have a good reputation, and I have agreed to keep you all on. That was one of my stipulations. I would sell so as long as you all weren't without a job. Sorry, I didn't tell you in a much more personal way. I would have loved to have a company lunch, but I didn't have the heart to tell you in person. This was easier for me. Please understand. Ah, that sucks. I'm sorry. Cool, we got a thank you note. What? I know this my email might be a bit odd, but you said if I was ever having troubles I could reach out and you would know somebody I could talk to about all this. I don't know what to do now. I know my grandmother had lived a full good life and was very happy, and she's not in any pain now, but I feel empty. Oh, isn't this someone who this was like the first person that we buried. I never felt this before. What am I supposed to do now? I thought I was stronger than this. Can you refer me to someone to talk to? I don't want to freak out my mom right now. She's dealing with enough with work in the will and trying to just be the best mom she can. I just need somebody to tell me that it'll be okay. Thank you, and I'm sorry for being an inconvenience. Oh, honey. I thought I'd forward this to you in situations like this. We typically connect people like Ryan with a grief counselor or other professionals who can try to help them. Sometimes we get emails like this when people don't know what else to turn. It's difficult. And family isn't always the most reliable for some people. Usually I would be happy to connect him, but I'm feeling a little tired today, not my usual self. Struggling. Well, I'd love to reply to this, but apparently I can't. Challenger approaches. Charlie, I've been playing a new game when things are slow at work. It's called Tales from the Crypt Sweeper. Get it? It's like Minesweeper, but way harder. Like, seriously, it's really, really difficult. And I thought Minesweeper game was on point after working that overnight front desk job at the hotel for 3 years. But I must have gotten rusty. Anyways, instead of mines, you want to avoid graves so you don't disturb the adorable ghosts. The main character also kind of looks like you. Want to start a healthy competition? High scorer gets to pick the restaurant we go to when one of us is in town next. Okay. Keep the protecting the earth with green burials. So that's what this is. Oh my god, immediately. Immediately I died. Oh my god, every time. Nope. What are these little... I don't know what the symbols mean. Okay. Okay, the symbols mean fucking nothing. That's what they mean. I swear to God. Every time! Okay, you know what? I'm just... I don't know what the symbols mean. I can't make any progress. Okay. Oh. Okay, so this is talking about, people who are trained to green or natural burials. Natural ceremonies are becoming more popular and are focused on few rules. Mainly is that the bodies aren't allowed to be embalmed with the chemicals that can damage the environment, and bodies must be buried in a biodegradable shroud or casket. Not only is this better for the environment, it's also cheaper. At Union Ceremony in Ontario, Canada, natural burial is just over 1,000, so better for people, better for the environment, just maybe not so good for big business. Forget people, this is still business after all. Why go green? But really, why go green? Green burials help preserve the natural resources, work to reduce carbon emissions, protect the health of those repairing bodies, and to restore/preserve natural habitats. Embalming fluids tend to contain formaldehyde, and funeral directors report a higher increase of leukemia. Oh! Going green and not using toxic chemicals for embalming helps protect funeral directors, while at the same time lessening the impact on the environment after we're gone. I guess, you know, if I ever die, I think I'd either want to be cremated or be given a green burial. I know, something I discovered years ago, I think, was now you can get a burial where they bury you with, like, a tree start. Like a small tree, and like your body helps this tree to grow and be healthy and all that. So you kind of get like a new life out of death. Hi Amy, you asked if there's any special instructions we wanted to pass along. Just please cremate my father. He has a pacemaker too. The doctor told me that would need to be removed. Yeah, that does need to be removed. You can't fucking cremate a pacemaker. Pretty sure that shit would explode. And even then, like, some people... Mr. Reyes came too early from the hospital, so we don't have to worry about removing any valuables for him, as the family did not provide any for us to include. Has a pacemaker he'll need to remove before cremation. As pacemakers batteries, they will explode inside the hot heat of the cremation machine, and we definitely don't want that. Yeah, that's what I thought. I figured they would explode. So we're gonna have to cut through here. And we're gonna pull the pacemaker out. Round identification tag. It's all set to be cremated. Yeah, I can't leave. You don't want to blow up your machines or bodies by leaving shit like that in them. I'm guessing that would be a really bad time for everybody involved. Okay, so here we go. Okay. Yep. And then we're just gonna... Come on. Give me the bill. Give me the bone. Then take this out. Put this in... Oh, in here. And the lid. Okay. Time for another funeral. I wonder if he ever liked me. He was nice to me, but I don't know. He never really seemed to care. He never really seemed like he cared if I was there or not. Ooh, yikes. I would hate for someone to feel like that when I died. Did you ever end up clearing the air with your father? No, we talked a few times, but no, not really. He sounded like a difficult man. He was stubborn. That's just it. Stubborn. Yeah, I got some people in my life like that. What do you want to do after this? It's pretty nice out. Let's change and go find a patio somewhere. Sounds good. I could really use a beer right now. Hey, did I ever tell you about the time we tailgated? I always told him to quit smoking, but of course he never listened to me, so that figures. Fucking yikes, man. This is a bad mood to have at a funeral. Some people wondering if he ever even cared, and other people going like, hey, let's go drink, because I don't want to think about this. I don't want to think about this guy who just died.